Morning, guys. It's partly cloudy, but the temperature is going to be decent today. We're going to have in the 80s, lower 80s, but still comfortable. I'm grateful for that. And the winds have died down to a very gentle breeze of about 6 at 7, so that makes it even better. I hope all of you had a wonderful Valentine's Day yesterday. Mine was pretty good. It was nice. So anyway, this morning in weighing myself, I am 188.5. That's 4 ounces down. 4 ounces down. I think honestly, the one thing that is never addressed is overeating. It's not discussed in deeper detail, you know. Like, it's always, you can't eat this, you can't eat that, you can't. And that's what man has based weight gain over, is what we eat. But it's not really ever been addressed about how much. And I think, like, yeah, there are some foods that more or less can be knocked out completely because they're just not necessary. You know, they don't have the nutrients that our body needs to properly function. So either if you're going to eat or drink something that's not necessarily nutritious, at least eat it in small quantities, because it's not going to get you anywhere if you eat large quantities. But I think on the whole part, it's got a lot to do with how much we eat of anything. How much. If a specific diet allows you up to a certain amount of calories, don't consume all those calories in one sitting. Spread it out. But still make sure that you're only eating when you're hungry, because if you're refueling before your body uses up the fuel, you can overflow your tank. And overflowing the tank means it goes into the fat cells. Alright? So, that's the one thing that's not really ever talked about too awful much, is the fact that we overeat. Look at all the plates that you can get at restaurants. It's like, I don't know, it's almost like they're purposefully trying to make us fat or something. There is no reasonable portion and size, you know. You go to a regular restaurant. I'm not talking about a fast food like McDonald's where you can get a 6-piece nugget or a regular old hamburger that's standard size. It's just, you know, regular size. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like a 5-star restaurant, 4-star restaurant, even a 3-star restaurant. You know, something that you can choose on a menu, a certain plate. And they bring that plate out to you and like, it's loaded, right? And if if you really do add the calories up, because I've tried, and you have got yourself one complete day's worth of food in that one sitting. And I often wonder, what is the restaurant's thinking? Because yes, it's our choice whether or not we eat there, but say that we grew up with parents that insisted you eat every bite on your plate, and you can't shake that habit as an adult yourself. You stick to that rule that had been taught on you, and you go to a restaurant and you get that full platter at equals 1,000, 1,500, 1,800 calories, and you eat every single bite because you haven't broke yourself out of the habit that your parents raised you up on. So yeah, on the whole part, I think if people is going to use diet plans for weight loss, and I'm not talking about individual people who's using the diet plans, I'm talking about the people who creates them. I think they also need to address in these diet plans that the most important thing is for you not to overindulge. I think that's the most important thing. Anything else, if you want to restrict foods, that's still up to you. That's still, if you've got allergies, or if you have diabetes or whatever it may be, or if you've got a problem with overindulging on certain foods because you can't resist them, then it's better just completely cut them out anyway. But I think the industries, the creators of diet plans needs to literally address overeating, because even the best of foods you can overeat. I'm just saying that it's hardly ever addressed whatsoever about portions. Hardly ever. It's hardly ever talked about indulging. It's always what you always mostly hear anywhere. You can't eat sweets. You can't eat carbs. Some diets you can't eat fat. Other diets you can't eat salt. It's just, there's some diets you can't eat meat. It's always, you can't eat, but it's never, don't overeat. It's always good to avoid having available what you may binge on. It's always best that way. And I think that's the reason why the hunger and fullness method is effective for weight loss, because you're allowing your body to tell you when it needs fuel, and you're allowing your body to tell you when it's had enough. And as long as you keep listening to your body and going by its signals, and I'm not talking about head, I'm talking about actual stomach, gut, when you go by your body's real signals, I think that's when it's the most effective for weight loss. From the start, when I finally really kicked down and started doing the kicking it, where I was vlogging it every day, I didn't start out trying to encourage people to eat less. I just started out sharing with you how my journey was going. But it got to the point when I also realized that it's not so much about how I'm going, but the fact that there is still issues of overindulgences going on in this world. And so no matter what diet plan you're on, and you like that diet plan, at least make sure that you don't overindulge. At least make sure that you don't overindulge, because there is still danger in overindulgences and binges. There's still dangers in it. No matter what it is that you're eating in your plan, there's still dangers. You can still gain weight. You can still gain weight. And I think that's one thing that the industries don't want you to know. The creators of diets, they don't want you to know that you can gain weight if you overindulge. I don't think they want you to know that. You learn to recognize what your body needs the most, what it appreciates the most and what makes you feel the best. And you stick with that as long as you continue losing the weight, you know. You don't want to hurt yourself in any way. Not in any way. So if you end up indulging on something and you feel horrible later, it tells you right there, no more. So it's still a live and learn practice. But as long as we're staying successful and losing the weight, you know, it's always a good thing. So live, learn, lose, right? Live, learn, lose. The 3 L's. Anyway, so I hope I didn't step on anybody's toes. It just, yeah, it's not. My biggest issue is not what we eat. That's not. And anybody can have that kind of issue. It doesn't matter. It's whatever issue you carry. My biggest issue is just how much. That's my issue. I'm not putting anybody's diet down. Because you go with whatever diet plan you want to go with. And if you're being successful, you're losing the weight and you're staying healthy. The doctor's saying, yeah, you're doing awesome and you're happy about it. Keep going with it, you know. I'm just here to encourage you. Don't overeat. Don't indulge. Don't binge. Listen to your body's signals and cues. Only eat when hungry. Stop when satisfied. Period. Whatever you want to restrict or whatever you want to make the basis of your meals, go for it. It's your choice. Just listen to your body's signals and cues. And because that's my success. My weight loss is on that. It's based on that. Hunger to satisfy it. Listening to my body's signals and cues. That's my success. So, this video has gone on long enough. I'm sorry for that. To my new subscribers, thank you and welcome. I'm so glad you're here. And to everyone else, I love you so much. I love my new subscribers too. I will see you tomorrow. And we're still not exercising yet. I will let you know when we resume exercise. And other than that, I will see you tomorrow with another journey vlog. Have a great day.